Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome to another Stay Fishy Friday in the books. We're your hosts, boy Josh,
Bigrich.
and you got the Hoove burglar back there. All right, so I'm not sure if we're going to have problems tonight. We have issues with our internet towers in the area. It was kicking me off at my house, and we're having a bad problem with the drop stream rate. So if the
Can you guys
stream
hear us?
the stream does not do well tonight, then we're just going to go ahead and cut it off. But if you guys can hear us and see us and it's not choppy, let us know and we'll keep on going.
Continue. We have very big problems with the internet right now.
Yeah, it looks choppy on my phone, but we'll see what everyone else is saying.
Now we got a gigabyte network from Wild Cable, so we got 1,000 megs downstream, and we've got we usually get 50 to 60 megs upstream. Well, right now, showing the picture of what we got.
471 down and 26 up.
Well, that's better. We were getting only 6 up. Okay, they can hear and everything's good. Our company sold itself from Wild Cable to now, what's it, Bitstream? Breeze Line. And they're changing a bunch of stuff. It's giving us problems for 2 days. And, we're going to try and work through it. It's telling us that we've got dropped frame rates big time. 78% of our frame rates are being dropped. So we're going to keep going, and see. But if you guys have any problems, let us know. Everybody's saying it's very choppy.
Yeah.
Turned down our bit rate. I turned down the size of the screen. I turned down everything so that it could get through easier.
Do you still have that red rabbit cage outside?
Yes.
Okay. Mike just asked me if we had a rabbit cage.
I don't want to give it away because I want to use it for this tortoise for the winter.
Gotcha. All right. Well,
okay.
we got 196 on. You want to do the mom update?
Yeah. Would you like to do the mom update this week?
Much
You
has
know
changed.
nothing about it, huh?
Really much has changed. If something happened, you tell me. Other than that, I'm in the dark.
She's doing really good. She's moving things that she hasn't moved before, and it's getting more and more exciting every time I see her do something new. So I don't have to squint. Let me put on my glasses. These ones. Oh, that's a little better. Okay. She's I told you last week, she moved her arm. Usually when she's laying on her side, if arm would tighten up, it would go straight. Well, she did this, and then she went out like this, like she's trying to reach for something. And now she's lifting her legs up, which before all she would do is extend them or fold them back up. Now she's lifting them up off of the pillow and extending them and setting them down, lifting them up. She's doing all kinds of different movements. So there's definitely more improvement on her. What else? She's been off of the what's that called? The oxygen. Usually we kept her on 2.5, and at nighttime we've had to bring her up as high as 4. And for like a week, we had her down to 2 at all, period. And the alarm never went off for over a week. She's doing really good where she don't really need the oxygen, but we're keeping it there because without the oxygen, she stays around 94% saturated, 92 to 94. With the oxygen, she stays at 99 to 100. So the more I figure, the better the oxygenation in her blood, the better it is for the healing. So I'm going to leave the oxygenation on her and try and wean her off of it. You guys are going to have to let me go through there. Or can you go handle her properly?
Yeah.
Just suction it out. It's number 2 on this button. She's doing a lot better that way. And as far as looks-wise, it looks like now Tracy just laid down to bed. I don't know if you remember before I was talking to you, she looked like a bag of bones where it was just skin on bones and there was no meat there, no muscle. Well, she's back to normal looking. I mean, we've gotten her, with the exercise and we're giving her this Pro Source. It's like a syrup, looks like maple syrup. and it's thick like that too. But it's amino acids and made for building muscle. We've been giving her that with every feeding, and working her out, and she looks like Tracy just laid down. Her body looks back to normal. She don't look like, when I held her arm up, you could see her round bone and then flabby skin hanging. Now it's all back, and you can feel she's got a thick arm again. You can feel muscle in there. It wasn't like that for a while. She looked at sickly when she first came home, a year and a half ago, whatever it was. So yeah, her body's doing better. She's, no wounds or nothing like that. She never gets bed sores. So, we're good with that. My hardest thing is keeping her hair from knotting up. Every time she coughs, if she's on the pillow, she coughs and she goes forward, then we push her back and her hair is just getting, all twisted up. And we try and keep it in a ponytail, but then I noticed the ponytail was ripping out a bunch of hair. So I told the nurses not to put it in a ponytail no more, just to grab it and put it up over the back of the pillow. And, I brush her hair with my fingers instead of a whole brush to rip things up.
I think this is the right remote.
The nurse turned it up. You got to turn that machine on its side. Then you got to smack the machine.
Really?
Yeah, it's been acting up, seriously. Look at the end and see if it's like suction plugged onto something. There you go. Kids, they just don't know. I got to teach them everything. See, and they think I'm dad, I don't know nothing anymore. But anyways, what else about Tracy? She's getting a whole lot stronger. It's harder to it's funny because when I'm changing her, she'll move her legs the way she wants. And I'm like, Trace, and I bend her knees so that I can roll her one way, roll her back, get these things out from underneath her and stuff like that. And I bend her knees up and she'll set that one straight. I'm like, Tracy, and I bend this one up, she turns that one straight. I'm like, come on. And then when I get them both up and everything's done, I turned her over and I got the chucks under and all that. Spread her legs. She's solid. She's got muscle. I have to push on her knees and pull it open and put my arm in between her two knees and this hand on that knee to hold her open so I can finish putting the diaper on, and then let go because she wants to clamp shut. It's funny to fight with her because I'm like, she's adorable. She's a sweetheart.
Well, I see lots of complaints in the chat. People are turning their resolution down and pausing it. They got a little better, but it's still bad. Well,
yeah, it's this internet that they just bought out. Breezeline bought out Wow Cable, and that's the kind of cable that we had. We've got Gigabyte Network, but they bought it out, and now they're doing all kinds of work to it. And for the last 2 days, we've had nothing but problems with cable. And we've got plenty. We pay for 1,000 gigs a minute or a second or something like that. So, I mean, there's nothing I can do about it. I'm sorry. If it gets too bad, we can stop the show and then, just wait till next week. But anyways, back to Tracy. So she's done a couple crazy things, like, making noise. I'm sitting there and I'm making her food and stuff, and all of a sudden I'll hear her. She's done that before, but, she stopped doing it. And now that she's doing it again, it kind of freaked me out. I look over. Oh, I had the best dream about Tracy last night. There's this trial for Zolpidem that's supposed to wake up coma patients from an anoxic brain injury, at least for a couple hours, and they're doing a lot better than they do like without it. So I saw this video on it, and this lady actually sat up. So last night I'm sitting there, and I must have fallen asleep some point or another, but I'm dreaming that Tracy sat up in the bed, and I'm like, oh my God, Tracy. And she goes, what? I'm like, Tracy. She's like, what? I was freaking out. I was so happy, and it turned out to be a dream. But yeah, she's doing good. She's looking good. We take her outside when weather permitting. Can't go out when it's too hot. She gets burned so easily with that white skin of hers. And, Mara takes her out all the time while we're working around here. And someone says we need to get her a silk pillow. We've got her all kinds of stuff like that. It's we try to do the best we can with her. So, someone just said internet towers are down by us. It's not you guys. That's my son. I'm like, yes, that's us too.
Oh man. Yeah, I got people texting me all over.
Airtime, no. We turned the bit rate down and everything. We've never changed any of our settings since day one. It's always been good. They're working on our internet, so there's nothing we can do about it.
Brittany said it's cutting out every couple words. It's hard to hear, and I can't get it to play smooth on my phone. It keeps just going at it.
Well, the and E Dasher says it's not bad.
Yeah, some say it's bad, some say it's not bad.
Well, we'll continue to go. We'll keep going. So, anyways, we've got an appointment for Tracy. And then we got I can't remember the name, and I'm so sorry. This lady wrote in and she told us about eye gaze, and it's a thing that the people wear that they can communicate with their eyes, and then there's a computer component with it and all that, and they can speak to you through their eyes. So we're looking into that too. But the new one is $15,000. We're trying to see if it's covered by insurance or not. They need a speech therapist recommendation and a prescription from the doctor. So to get the speech therapist, I need a referral from the doctor. So we have to, he's putting in for a referral. Once we get one, they'll come out and visit her. Then they'll give their recommendation. Then I can get the prescription from the doctor, and we'll see if we can get that or not. So I don't know. We're trying. But as far as she's going, she's doing better, and she's still progressing. So, that's a good thing in my book. She's a trooper. I mean, she's fighting through all this. She's trying and trying. I can tell when she's there and when she's not there. In her moments of clarity, she's there. I'll talk to her, and she'll have a tear coming out the side of her eye. And I kiss her and tell her she don't need to cry, and I'm there for her, and I'm taking care of her, and I'll never leave, and that kind of stuff. And so I can tell when she's there and when she's not. So it's I mean, every week we can't expect leaps and bounds. I mean, it'd be great if we could, but as long as she's still progressing, that's good news to me. So hope you guys liked it.
All right. It seems as though that, never mind. Server just went back on my phone.
Okay.
I was gonna say it seems like the comments are coming in short bursts.
Yeah, well, I turned the something down to where we're not interacting right away with that. They're coming in and
That's for you on your own computer. This one, not me. I'm on a different server.
No, this is for the server here, and I turned it down to where the lag is much more in between. I forget what it's the latency. I turned that down to help people out, to where there's more buffering involved that we're sending in. All right, to all of our mods, thank you for working through all this with us and being here. You guys are kicking butt. I don't have I have nothing bad to say about any of our mods. They work their butts off, and they're great. And I don't hear no complaining, no bickering. There's nobody hitting on nobody. Oh my God, the stuff I used to deal with is crazy. This mod's mad at that mod because he said something to her and she don't want to be bothered. And dude, this ain't a dating forum. I was telling people this. We finally got enough mods that nobody's hit on nobody. It's great. I love it. We've had this for what now? Probably 7-8 months of the best mods we've ever had.
Something like that.
Yeah, it's great. I love it. I'm not having to be dad. Oh my goodness. So, all right.
In honor of the stream, the drinking water can be choppy.
Choppy it is.
So
All right, guys. Here's what I decided we wanted to do to make this a little bit more professional. See, before we were just hanging out with you on Friday nights, and that was fun for me because I work so much with Tracy. 112 hours a week, and then I'm working out there in the fish room. A couple hours more each day. This was my only way of going out. My only form of entertainment was this, and I wanted to hang out with you guys. It's gotten a little out of hand, so we're going to go back to being more professional. We're going to have a topic each week of a discussion we're going to have, and one week it's going to be cichlids. Next week it could be invertebrates or whatever it is that we come up with. That way more people can join in that, oh my goodness, I need to know about that topic, and they can join in and they're all interested, and we'll talk more fishy that way. Yeah, if everybody turn your resolution down to like 360 or 320, whatever it is, it'll make it better for you. That's one way of helping.
All right, so how about you do that live stream, and then I start my own live stream on the members content, rated R, and see who gets more following.
You can do that as long as you keep it on the members only. No, there's members out there jumping up and down right now.
Yeah. Someone said try turning off the green screen. We tried that, and
yeah, I turned off the green screen.
Bit frame did not jump up at all. The dropped frames.
Yeah, it don't change. Nothing. It's still, we've got dropped. 79% of our frames are being dropped, and when I turn on or off that background, it don't change. I can put on a still picture as a background.
Oh, that's horrible.
That's ugly. Oh, you got the Xmas background.
There you go.
Hey, who was alive?
Sing jingle bells. Jingle bells, jingle bells.
I can't take this guy nowhere.
No, they said Hoover didn't blink, and maybe he's a cyborg running off the same internet cables.
Here,
there you go.
This ain't a video.
That might be it right there, Rich.
No, this ain't a video. That's a picture. So we'll just leave it on a picture.
There you go.
So it's not running a video, but the frame rates hasn't changed. Or, I mean, the dropped frames hasn't changed.
Right, still 79% dropped.
Yeah.
Hey, I remember going swimming back then.
Remember that?
Yeah, that bull.
That bull, yeah.
Yeah, I rode that. I was the first one that rode it.
All right, Josh, you want to take over for a minute so I can set Tracy up right?
Sure.
Ouch.
Not really getting much discussion in the comments tonight, but we'll just go ahead. Look at this man just walking right through the green screen. Terrible. We'll just go ahead and start talking about plans for what's coming up here at Ohio Fish Rescue, who's pouring himself some grape juice.
It's grape juice, and it's got absolute strawberry
there you
in
go.
it with the grape. That's my new drink.
So as you guys know, we are kind of trying to optimize everything here, put, bigger overflows, bigger pass through on tanks. So for one, we could have better water quality, and we can, not have to deal with the flooding as much. The first tank we went through was the 3,000, and then we just started going down the line. Every time we had a problem and we changed it and fixed it, something else popped up. So now we're going through the rest of the tanks. We're actually in the process of moving some fish around too. Just, what was it, yesterday or the day before, we went ahead and moved the catfish out of the 750 in preparation to go ahead and move in new fish. We got some large stingrays in the 600. We're going to move out to the 4,400 so we can try and...
You yelled at me for walking through that green screen, but I can't fit past this man here.
Yeah, you can. You're bigger than me. How you can't fit past me?
But yeah, as I was saying...
Look. Who's bigger?
Oh, stop it. You don't understand. I weigh 300 pounds. I've lost 25 pounds. I weigh 300 pounds. He's 25 pounds less than me. But he's also 9 inches shorter than me. So in comparison, he's fatter. Or even the same weight, something. But let me lose another 25 pounds, and then he'll say, we weigh the same and you're 9 inches taller.
I'm waiting to jog around the block with you. That's what I'm waiting on.
You can't handle it, son.
It's a mile. I guarantee you I can run at least 1 mile, and then I'll walk the other mile. You might be out of it first mile. Run.
You ain't gonna keep up with me.
We got Alice James Thomas, $10. said, my boyfriend never missed a live stream and loved your work. He always told me the Tracy updates Saturday mornings. Stay fishy, my friends, in memory of Gavin Hillard from Wales. 1/5/1986 to 17/8/2022. I'm guessing the date got messed up there, maybe 7/8. But I am very sorry to hear that, and rest in peace to Gavin. I know he's up there watching the stream right now.
Sorry about
Um, OBG Foster said, this is my first time with my Ohio internet since moving. How are you liking it? It's probably terrible.
that. Also, guys, there's been so much negativity coming in, and I've been dealing with it and trying not to bring it up, but I've been bringing it up. I don't want to deal with it anymore. So any negativity comes in on our channel, I'm going to erase it. And if it keeps coming in from the same person, I'm just going to ban you from the channel. What we are going to do is start putting out a positive comment. You know, the most positive comment we find, we're going to feature that on our channel and give a shout out to that person for being positive and a what do you want to say? A good leader and what we should all be like. We find a good comment, we're going to shout that out on our live streams and our videos. So I'm going to encourage you guys to put better, good quality comments like the Discus Edition. You keep being like that, you won't be here, buddy. Sorry. We don't want negativity at all. I've got enough problems in my life. I don't have to be like a school teacher on here, and smack that one on the knuckles with a ruler and
You're not going to scold us,
stand that
are
one
you?
in the corner. I don't want to be the scolder. I don't want to do that, So,
Bruce is always
positiveness.
lurking.
And we're going to work towards that.
You guys got me my Bruce back, so you know what? He's making a show at every live stream.
We don't want to see Bruce. We want to hear the baby update.
Well,
How's my granddaughter?
I'll give you a baby update.
Show us a recent picture, too.
I don't got a Bruce, I got a Hoove.
As far as the baby goes, she's 9 pounds now.
Wow.
9 pounds 3 ounces as of today.
Wow, she's growing.
Yeah, she's growing a lot. She's been super fussy the last few days. Still not really sleeping throughout the night. About it.
That don't bother me none.
Just got a message from the mermaid girl.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Let's see if I have a picture to share with you guys. There we go. I'll show you this one. Brittany actually took it.
Aw, baby sleeping on daddy's belly.
Yeah.
Aw, she is getting bigger.
Yes, she is. I mean, I know it really doesn't help with the blurry, choppy stream, but you guys got a picture. There you go. See if I got any more cute ones. All right, here we go. This is her in her bucket hat.
Oh, no. You're making her just like her father.
What you mean?
She came over in that little pink bucket hat. That was adorable.
That's what I'm talking
Oh,
about.
that's
That's
the one.
the same
Okay.
hat, yeah.
Okay.
Because
Because you go to all them EDM concerts and wear your bucket hat.
I bought her a bucket hat. We got a couple of them, actually. Let me get back to this. Here we go. Brandon, you. Because I got one, Josh. Why is Hoover so sexy?
yeah.
Now, see, it's all deceiving. See, it looks like I'm much bigger than him. That's because he's sitting 3 foot back from me. But if I go back there,
He's still
next to him.
He's still bigger than me. Look, I'm saying, look at my stomach.
I'm 9
and look at
inches
his
taller
stomach.
than him. Period. I'm only 25
I'm
pounds
just
more
saying,
than him.
Rich.
You're not going to win this fight.
I am.
Any chance of some advice on a peacock cichlid? It has holes in its fins, not on the edges, but in the middle, and has a red lump on its side fin that is growing. What treatment would I need?
Red lump sounds like bacterial.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to say. All I would
Without
do is
seeing.
do a antibacterial and just see how that clears it up. Stay up on your water changes. Hopefully you can make that out okay with the choppy stream.
Blake's fan says, no way you can run 1 mile. Brooke Hawley goes, you'll both be dead before the first quarter.
No, I wouldn't. I would actually make it. I'm saying I made a bet with
Listen,
a guy.
when I
made
go
a
grocery shopping with him,
bet. Listen,
I walk faster than him. He walks slow, and then he's breathing so hard. I'm like, Hoover, you got to get out in front of me. I got to get past you. I can't walk this slow. You know, and now he thinks he can outrun me too.
I can outrun you.
You can't.
This other guy made me $100 bet that I couldn't run all the way
Back
down.
in
Listen, run all the way
1987.
down lawn and back to his house for $100, and I beat him. I'm saying don't underestimate old Hoove, because I come up with some pretty good stuff, man. And I could back up what I talk about too. Pretty fast on my feet.
He said, "No way, you can't run 1 mile." Hoover's only 5'5". How tall are you, Hoove?
I'm 5'6".
And Rojan knows I put you in timeout. Talk like that anymore, I'm going to ban you. I don't want no negativity on here or our videos. So now I said I don't know if we want to do it tonight, but the topic of discussion was the cichlids, how we keep so many of them together. You know, everybody else tries it, and they're killing each other.
Yeah, this was, rushed on me. I didn't even know about this, so you guys heard
I'm
about
over here
it.
trying and to make things better in every area, and I'm reaching out in different areas and different directions. I'm trying to make everything better for our people.
You want to make things better for this stream? Go grab the tortillas.
He wants to do that tortilla challenge.
So I told him the other day I seen that video of Kevin Hart and The Rock going at it, and what you
funny.
do? You take a drink of water and then you both got a big old tortilla, and you
play rock paper scissors.
you know
Whoever wins on the rock paper scissors without spitting the water out, whoever wins gets to slap the other one in the face with a tortilla. And if the first person that spits the water out from laughing or whatever loses, the other person wins. And oh my God, you got to see it. It's funny with rock and
What do you do if you drink the water and you don't get to spit it out?
You lose.
You don't lose.
You
said
lose.
if you spit it out.
You can argue with me all you want. All you'll get is thrown off the live stream.
OBG Foster $5 says this is probably my last live Stay Fishy Friday chat because I won't be home in time because of my new job in Ohio, but I'll listen on my phone on my commute.
Awesome. Everybody, make sure you go to the Ohio Fish Rescue forum. The Ohio Fish Rescue 501c3 on Facebook, and vote for this cuddly thing that they're sponsoring rescues. And whoever gets the most votes wins $5,000 given towards a 501c3 rescue, which we are. So they would donate the $5,000 to us. We would win it, and then we would spend that on, upgrading that dog bone tank into a nice fiberglass tank there or something. Stuff like that. So if you can vote, we'd appreciate it.
Yeah, you just stole Brittany's thunder, $20. She said, everyone, make sure you go vote in the link posted in the chat for the Cuddly Rescue Grant. OFR could win $5,000. You can vote daily till the 21st.
I love you, Brittany. I am so sorry.
Oh, man.
Oh, my goodness. Thank you so much, Brittany. She's such a sweetheart. Her and her husband are the best. I saw him earlier in here. He's like, I hit on girls in the thing, but it's my wife.
Yes, OBG Foster says that OFR every week is Shark Week. This is true. You always got one lurking. Get out of here, who?
Gotcha.
Didn't get me.
When you said Shark Week, I already knew what you was up to.
How did I just now getting people commenting on the baby?
Everything's behind on this one, so
Oh, someone might be that far lag behind. Got it.
right.
Indonesia, 5:30 a.m. and you're up watching the stream. That's crazy.
Oh goodness, very good. No, you're a trooper.
Mike,
Thank you.
Mike Knight's asking how the Saturday sale went.
Oh, it went awesome. It went great. We sold, 90% of everything, and I gave so much stuff away. Anybody buy something, I'd give them a bunch of stuff. And we cleared out everything. And then the people that were here helped me put away tables as we cleared them off. And, we take a little bit off this table, put it on that table with that stuff, and then we take this table and put away. And by the time everybody left, there was hardly nothing left. And what little was left, we were able to put under the white tarp. And I've sold things since, so it was great. It was a great show, or a great sale, auction, whatever.
Yeah, this is weird. They're just now commenting about a little bucket head. Like everyone,
That's okay.
Either the comments are that far behind, or I don't know.
Oh my goodness, she's in there coughing.
Yes.
I got you, honey.
Someone said that they want Hoover's baby pics next.
Oh. Someone said they wanted Hoover's baby. Is what I thought you was.
When I was little, I still look like I look today. Sex.
Yeah.
Fat and chubby.
I was actually fat and chubby.
So you
Then
haven't
when I got older, I got skinny, and then when I got in my mid 40s, that's when I started gaining back all my weight. So it was like an up and down thing for me.
All right, these comments. So back to the discussion. What do you want to talk about?
How do we fit so many cichlids in a tank and be having so many in there and not kill each other? How do we do that?
Feel like we've done 1,000,001 videos on this. It's the strength in the numbers.
No, not strength in numbers, not at all. I got to call you on that one. What it is you see in our Bellagio tank, there's the actual corals that were in there, and then there's all kinds of stuff against the back wall. And then we packed more stuff on top of it. So we threw in like logs with holes in them, and then put other logs on top, and then put caves on top of that. We packed as much stuff in the back to make it look sort of natural, like a whole, just a junk pile across the back wall. There is no open space to put more stuff. Well, not only inside of each one of these things, but between them and behind them, they can fit more. So all the cichlids are having babies and not fighting over their territory because there's so many different territories in there. We put so many cichlids in there, it's packed. There's packed. Every 3 months we'll come out to one dead, or maybe even two. But that's from an ornery one that wanted his spot and another one wanted his spot, Other than that, the more hiding you can put in there and pack in there, the better off you are, the more you can fit in there. And then we keep them fed. We feed them daily, and not every other day or every 3 days like pet stores do. We feed them daily. So, that's how we do it. You're keeping the numbers so busy that you ain't got, and the volume of the tank is so big. It's 20 foot long. And there's so many hiding spots that nobody fights over their territories. You know what I'm saying? So that's how we do it, and it seems to work for us.
Yeah, normally I'd fight you on this, but I don't even have enough energy to get into it. But most of the time,
That's a good sign.
Most of the time,
No, you were good. You were good there.
Aquariums, the African cichlids. The more that you have in a tank, there's not one fish that can take over and dominate the rest. So you're not going to have one alpha
That's a
of the
small
tank,
part of it.
and you're going to have too many attitudes clashing, and they're not going to be able to hold down one area, protect it as their own, and thus they're not going to fend them off and kill other fish to get that area. Now, say if you put a larger African cichlid in there, like a, say, emperor cichlid or something, which is from the same lake, that one is big enough and can fend fish off and end up killing them. If you keep them all around the same size, you should be good. Raheem's asking how many types of bass are there. There's 5 peacock bass types and largemouth bass. You got the Panama, the
You mean that we
Oswald.
have, because there's a lot more.
He said are there.
Gotcha.
We got the Mono, the Panama, the Azul, the Calberry, and the Temensis. And of course the largemouth bass. Where are we at? So that was a short discussion. I think you got to do better with the discussion topic there.
No, I'm looking for questions on it, you know?
Fishing with Dano says overstocking is a cure for aggression in cichlids. It's a cure for a lot of aggression with a lot of fish. To be honest, I mean it's frowned upon, but it works. Samantha Norland says yes. Do the tortilla challenge. So my idea for it. So we got this mermaid girl coming this week. Actually, this upcoming week. So I'm going to go ahead and finish up with the mermaid video. And my idea was while we were in the costumes, we go ahead and do the tortilla challenge, you know. We go ahead and, you know, take a little intermission, and then you got me and this dude going at it.
Heather Ellington says, bring back Pie Face. That was a good time. We had a lot of fun with Pie Face.
I mean, if you guys see any of these other challenges too on the internet, and you guys want to see us do it, I'm not opposed to it. We've done the hot sauce challenge.
Yep.
What else have we done?
We did the Pie Face thing. We did the hot sauce. What else? We did do a bunch of stuff.
Oh, you remember? Oh.
We did the Pie Face with IFG and Off the Deep End Aquatics.
Yeah.
The hot sauce we did, oh my God. That was what was that? Taquita or something chip?
The Paki
chip challenge we did with Hoover and his son and his other son. And
Reaper? Hoover?
Oh, Reaper, yeah. Reaper and his 2 sons. One was Ken the Mudman, and the other one
Kurt.
Was Kurt. And Ken the Mudman actually ended up going to the hospital that night.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he couldn't take it. It was too much. But he saw you do it, so he did it. And I'm like, oh, no. And yeah, that was a bit much for him. So he was in pretty bad shape that night.
Jim usually $5 says, how many times a day would you feed Jack Dempsey fry?
Ooh, the more you feed him a day, the better. But don't overfeed because you'll get a bunch of food left over at the bottom.
I'd say twice a day.
I'd say 4 times a day, easy. Little
It
bits.
depends how much you want them to grow. If you want,
If
them
you
to
want
grow
power
super
feed to
quick.
grow, 4 or 5 times a day. You're good. If you just want them to live, once, twice a day. Thank you, Samantha Norland. She just went in and voted.
No problem, Jim. Hopefully that they stay viable for you. Now the hardest thing about fry is like that first week. You have them in the tanks, and you got to keep them. One, you got to watch out that they don't get sucked up into your filtration. So that probably means a sponge filter in a smaller
or to
tank.
your siphon when you're cleaning the bottom of the tank.
That too. And you might have some casualties. Some will be on the bottom of the tank dead. When you have baby fish, not all of them, work. That's, the reason with the koi. We had over a couple thousand fry, and then after the first 2 weeks, we were probably down to 500, and then as time went on,
Even
the
as we
weed
had
fell
the-
off.
Yeah, the babies up to an inch were still getting eaten by the ones that grew so fast, the Tobies. They got so big so quick, they were eating the smaller ones. So you got to separate them. You got to really work at them to save every one of them. Oh, we're wrinkling the curtains.
He's walking by and moves so much air. He's moving the green screen.
Yeah, see, now, do you know what it would be like to turn that pool back to this if we was to ever sell the house?
So wouldn't you leave the stone in the pool and take the fish out?
You'd leave it.
Yes, I would.
Wow.
It is a natural pool. Great for your skin. It would then be a selling feature. What would have to go is that ugly stream system in the back, and you'd have to turn the
hold
cover
on.
back.
Ugly stream system.
Mhm.
How dare you? There's nothing ugly about that. It is completely packed full of live plants. Water meanders through it and gets eaten nitrates out of.
Serves purpose.
And it's beautiful. He wants to get rid of the plants. See this over here? This edge right here? All the plants that we have down that edge, he says he don't like them. He wants to get rid of them. I built this all, and I collected these plants, and I bought these plants all to make it look like a jungle in there and make it look more natural.
Here, let's see this. Okay. You've got this picture.
I'll
and
do
then
it for you.
Go ahead and
Okay,
just click
There you
back and forth.
thank you. That's it.
Okay, so you see here, you have all this rock on the side. You've got these tanks all around. You've got them plants over there across that whole wall, that way. So now you look at the old picture. You look at that. Everything looks nice and neat towards the
Yucky.
edges. What I don't like, go back to the other one. Like, I would keep a few of like the big tall bird of paradise. I would keep a few select ones, but it just looks, unkempt to me. Like, it just looks, I don't know, like,
Unkept.
we went through this before.
Yeah, you're a kept man. Not plants are kept. They're not kept. Go on.
Agree to disagree, but you've got, the views being taken up with them tanks against the wall. What I would do is just do a trough against each one of these, sides. So you cover up this tile, and it would just be a small, 4 to 6 inch trough, and you can stick smaller potted plants in there, and you can, stick up maybe a foot or two. All them ones that are sticking up and spreading out and falling down, not really my style. Or just go to all the same kind of plant, that variety in there. You've got begonias, you've got, ficus, you've got palm trees. I do like the bird of paradise, but I don't know. That's just my opinion on them. It also takes up a lot of the walkway. They're sitting back, in line with them silver bars where you jump down into the pool. So they're sitting on the outside. If they were moved to the edge, you would open up the walkway going down the side of that pool.
It is so open right now. I
Yeah.
mean, there's 7-foot walkway all the way through there.
That looks pretty nice, man.
That's a 8-9 foot walkway.
The ultimate question: for how long?
I'm going to have them sales every couple months. What we were doing was everything we'd get in, we would process it, put the heaters with the heaters on the back shelf, put the filters with the filters, put the lights with the lights, and then put the tanks with the tanks outside under the thing. And, we give them away. We find people that are deserving and all that kind of stuff. And it was working, but it got to be too much. It was getting too much. So now by having this auction like that, or the sale, that was nice. And, we got some money to help out with the rescue, and we cleared out a bunch of room. We still have a bunch of stuff back there. We don't need 3 tubs full of heaters. We can go down to a smaller tub full. That's all we need, 5-10 heaters for giveaways, help people out. So we can sell more of them. We have a whole bunch of lights extra that we've now gotten rid of most of our regular lights, and we've got the old style LEDs and now new style. I'd like to only keep the new style LEDs to upgrade everything with. And, get rid of the old style LEDs. We've got, UV lights and pumps. So we've got so many pumps, it's crazy. The big ones that we can't use, the 10,000 gallon then kind, we've probably got 15 of them back there. Well, somebody can use them. We only need to keep 3 or 4, for backups.
Will Star Mystery says Hoover probably looked like Spanky when he was little.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, he did.
Who's Spanky?
From our gang. Spanking Alfalfa, Darla, but we
little rascals.
Little rascals.
We got Brittany Ziblis again, $50. Says Hoover, nice of you to dress up for the stream. Your clownfish cosplay as Nemo is on point. Hashtag love you, Hoopster.
Well, they said under the sea.
Oh, that's the Little Mermaid.
Totally different.
We're going there.
So did you ever find a crab costume for Hoover, or we just not gonna have to
we can go up to any party city.
It's Halloween,
Halloween's coming. We should just get it. Yeah.
They're already open. Spirit Halloween is open for business.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, you're working tomorrow. I've got tomorrow. A nurse is going to be here. I can go. So me and Hoover can go. What do we plan on doing tomorrow? We had to go to.
We have to go to the bank to put that
check
check in,
yeah.
And then.
Tomorrow we're doing the koi rescue.
We got to do the koi rescue,
and then when Reaper gets here, we have to go to Lowe's,
Lowe's,
because when we did that return, he put it in his name instead of mine.
Yeah,
so he has to be there.
Yeah.
So now to get the new garden hose,
we got to do that. Yeah.
Yes.
There's like 4 things to do tomorrow.
Okay. Kyle Sims says Greg said he was going to improve the indoor pond, but is he still going to add another wetland filter on the back pond? I didn't hear it in the video. No, he never agreed to add another wetland filter. The wetland filter was our fault, mine and Josh's, because he gave us enough stuff for the wetland filter for a small pond. We made the pond huge, and we didn't think about the wetland filter. It needs to be bigger. So I have to add that at my cost. What he did say was he was going to come in and make one of the rock edges an infinity edge and flow over, eliminating both of our overflow boxes, and just have everything infinity edge off. So if something's floating on top of the water, it'll go to that edge and fall over, go down the waterfalls on the back, go into the pump vault through all the gravel, and then it'll get pumped up to our wetland filter. That he hasn't come. It's been 2 years, so I think he's just given up on that. But when he was here this time, he did say, see the end of the pond right here? You see that we've got fake rock background on both sides from Universal Rocks. We have some for the end too, and this end over here, or this end right here on this side. So what he wants to do is take away the rocks that are all built up over there, and what they did was they foamed them together and made a wall, and then they backfilled it with white gravel. They're going to take all that out, take all them rocks back out, and they're going to rebuild that wall like I did the wall for the Frontosa, where they're going to have holes through, and then they're going to cap off the top. In other words, all the cichlids can now go between the rocks and be behind there and breed behind there on both sides of the pool. But while he's got the rocks out, I'm going to go ahead and put up this Universal Rocks background there and here. And the pool will be finished at that point, and we'll have a whole lot more area for the cichlids to breed and really overtake the pond. Everyone keeps saying, why don't you catch the cichlids out? I don't want to catch the cichlids out of there. I love having the cichlids in there.
It is impossible. There's no cichlids.
No. It's not impossible. We can do it. But I love the fact that them cichlids being in there, and everybody's like, why don't they get eaten? How are they living? But when you go snorkeling underneath there, it looks like you're in a real pond, and there's cichlids around, and then there's monsters around too, monster fish. So the more cichlids, the better. And they clean up the rocks and the gravel and all that little stuff on the bottom. And all the babies eat all that little stuff too. So I like it. I love having it. I would double, triple what's in there now. Like Camp Kennan. He's got that cichlid pond with a couple other monsters in there. And, ours is crystal clear. Imagine Kennan's pond full of them things being so clear like ours, and then snorkeling through it. You're going through a sea of cichlids, and all of a sudden you see an arapaima. I love it. It's nice. Eventually, they will like any ecosystem, it'll balance itself out. They won't be able to grow any more because maybe some are getting picked off, or maybe they don't have room to breed or whatever. They grew to like this in 2 years, and it's crazy. There's a lot in there. And you know, come one of these auctions or these sales that we have, we're going to go ahead and put a big net in there. And I figure a 20 by 20 net on the floor, 4 ropes, and then we throw feed in there, and they all come running. And then all 4 people pull up at the same time, and you've got thousands of cichlids. Pick through what we want to put into Bellagio. Pick through, we've got millions of orange ones, millions of blue ones. Let's take a bunch of them and, you know, give them away on our sale day. So anybody that buys something can pick out free fish, you know.
Yeah, but as you said, there is no way to 100% remove all them cichlids from that pond unless you took that pond apart and drained it 100%.
No, I know how to do it. See, I am Dad. You should still learn from Dad. Okay?
I showed him a fishing video.
Hold up.
with the
Listen.
net.
No, forget the nets. If you go out there and you do not feed them monsters in that pond for 2 weeks, they will start eating the cichlids, and there will be none left.
And I guarantee you they'll start eating each other first, and you'll be
No.
left with nothing but cichlids.
Mm-mm.
Yeah,
No.
I think
So
so.
you're saying those cichlids got speed to them?
They do have speed, but what I'm saying is these big fish aren't going to go after this tiny little crumb when that slow-moving iridescent shark looks a lot more appetizing, or that turtle looks a lot more appetizing.
Stop it. They can't fit them in their mouth. They ain't going after them. Travis Sparks says, where's Reaper?
Hey.
He won't be over till tomorrow.
That alligator guard
Josh.
couldn't fit me in his mouth,
Josh.
but he still tried eating me.
Stop it.
Oh, the one that bit your foot?
Yeah.
He thought you was something to eat.
Israel S says, what are the plans for the muskie? He would not take our pieces of shrimp and stuff, so he's down in the 40-gallon by himself, and we're going to have to buy, guppies or something. I'm totally against live feeding, but to keep him alive until he gets onto shrimp, we're going to have to give him something. Maybe go out in the creek and get some creek chubs, little babies or something. But he's going to have to eat before we take him for another 2 weeks of trying to entice him into eating pieces of shrimp. So he's not eaten yet, and we have to feed him. He's a baby. You know, you could do this more with, something that's a foot or 2 foot long. They can last a lot longer. Babies don't. They can't go that long without feed. So
New and only streaming on Disney Plus, Finding Hoover.
Oh, but did you see
that would be a terrible
did you see
show.
what Will
'Cause-
Star said?
Hold up. That'd be a terrible show because anyone can find Hoover. You seen him try and hide behind a tree?
Hey, but Will Star hit it right on the nose. I looked like Spanky when I was younger.
We already went through this.
Yeah.
Josh said that a while ago.
I got Darla.
It jumped on me. I don't know where I'm at now.
People are saying we did the jelly bean game a while back. We did that too.
Yeah, that's where he's at right now. He did the jelly bean.
Mike Kilpatrick wants to jump on the bandwagon and say Josh is right. Josh is right. Dad is right. We are both right, and that's how we keep that many fish in there. 1,000 hiding places gives them more places they can call their own without fighting over territory. So many fish in there. They don't have the availability to fight amongst each other. There ain't. If there was 4 fish in there, you'd have 2 fighting to death for that one area of the tank. You can't do that. The higher numbers and the higher hiding spots and the amount of feed all works together is how we do it. There's no one that's better than the other.
Mr. Mike says you guys have a lot of viewers in New Zealand that love what you do.
Thank
We
you, New
appreciate
Zealand.
it.
Zealand.
Copper Norman said, I'm surprised how many chicklets make it alive through the water flow
Chicklets.
/ pump and not get eaten by the bigger fish, even if they're well fed. Most fish eat anything that fit in their mouths. Yeah, the
Right.
thing that surprises me is going through them mag drive pumps. That is a aggressive impeller.
You would think the fish would get mulched up in there.
Yeah.
And these little babies are going through the overflow, getting sucked into a 10,000 gallon per hour, what is it? Hammerhead pump,
No.
and then being pumped up and out and babies are showing up in the 3,000 in the pool. It's crazy.
4,400.
Yeah, babies are showing up
So
everywhere.
to get in the 4,400, it's got to go through a mag drive pump up to the sock table, through the socks, through the settling chamber, out the settling chamber, into the biofilter, through the bio balls.
Okay. That is all true in the right passageway, but that's the overflow of the 4,400 goes through all that. The pump
Goes to the sock table.
goes to the sock table. The Bellagio gets put into the sump where the rays are, and the Hammerhead 10,000 pump is on the output of that pool. It gets sucks in there, and it goes all the way over to the 4,400, straight to it, not the sock table, nothing. So now they go into the 4,400, and that's where you think all of them would be, but they end up going through all your whole. Go ahead through your list again to make it to the pool pond. Is even a farther trek.
Yeah, no, you got timelines all messed up there. They got in the pool pond when the 350 was the Cichlid tank. That tank right there.
Yes,
All they
we
had
know
to do
that.
was jump out there. But what I'm talking about is, okay, there's two different sources. The Bellagio tank, the monster pond right here.
Right.
To get up to, for one, we've got fish coming in here going to the 580 that now sits right here. The only way to get up through there is to go through this mag drive pump, which pumps water up there.
Okay, we haven't seen no cichlids up there yet.
I have.
Oh, you have?
They're out there now.
There's cichlids in the 580 already.
I put it on the last video. You obviously don't watch the video.
I did watch your videos.
It was,
I watch
it
every
was
one of
on
yours.
there.
Okay. And then we pump water out of the pool right here. That hose comes up and goes over and goes up into the sock table.
Okay. Again, no matter if it's coming out of this pool or out of the Bellagio tank, both returns still come back to the bio chamber. Them fish have to then make it through the holes of the spreader table, and then go through the bio balls, go through the bio chamber, and back into the pond. So to make it into the pond, then they can get sucked in through the 10,000 gallon per hour hammerhead pump and up to the 4,000.
Yeah.
So that is a lot to go through either way,
A
whether
lot.
it's coming from.
It's definitely a Nemo
Mhm.
trail. Oh, we did the jelly beans. Remember that?
Yeah.
Where you couldn't tell what the chocolate jelly bean was. Was it
And then-
chocolate or dog food?
And then to get into the 3,000, you got to go through that whole process and then find the one small hose that's siphoning over to the 3,000.
Wow, there's some people on here been on here for a long time.
Yeah.
They know the game being boozled we played. You guys are amazing. Thank you for sticking with us.
Yeah, I'm not liking how everyone's all over this stream. You know, they're watching it from the beginning.
Next week
now.
it'll be better. I'm sure they'll have the internet figured out by then.
We can hope so. Heather Tackett says move the plants out the way, but keep them. I don't know where else you keep them. The pond room is the only room that's kept warm that can have the tropical plants that gets the sunlight. Anywhere else you'd have them, they'd probably end up dying.
Airtime says the plants look great there. I agree. I'm not getting rid of any plants. He moved out. He lost his say so.
I gotta take care of them. That's all on you, buddy.
You says Hoover should be renamed to Shopback.
Yeah. Whatever.
Yeah, how's the salt tank coming along?
Coming along great.
Full yet?
It ain't full yet.
Can
I have to
can we get
program all this stuff.
Can we get a hashtag slow rich trending on
You-
YouTube?
You gave away my overflow that I was going to use. You sold it on the auction.
What are you talking about?
The overflow for the saltwater tank to go down to the wet dry. It was a big double overflow. It's gone.
All the overflows are underneath the 2200.
There's overflows under the 2200.
Yeah.
Probably about 50 of them.
Well, see, we should have sold a bunch of them then.
No, you use them and or we break them. That's all stuff we use.
Okay, well, I need them out because I need an overflow to start the water flowing in that thing. I went looking, and the best one I could find is the one downstairs, and it has a little
Yeah,
tiny
it's a
intake and a
crappy
big
PVC
double output
one.
on the outside with mongoloid PVC piping.
Yeah. Yep, they're all underneath the 2200, along with the Roman decorations.
Matter of fact, I think I helped you put them under there, didn't I?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, we've got a bunch of them Roman decorations. That didn't work out. The fish got caught in between them.
I only keep stuff that I think we'll use, and I only keep the stuff that I know we'll use. So you'll never catch me selling stuff that we'll use, or giving away stuff that.
And they
we'll
call
use.
me hoarders. If you look underneath the Dwight Howard tank, there's about 15, 20 of these big, huge 10,000 gallon per hour pumps.
There's probably 10.
10? Okay. But they're everywhere under there, and you can't do
And
anything.
I want to put one on the 2200 to fix that one. Want to put one on the 3000 to up the flow there, and then take the one off the 3000 and use elsewhere. So that'll take care of 2 of them. And then we have, spares for every one. If it ever goes down, we have a spare on hand. We already gave away a bunch of them. The ones that came on the 2200, we just gave them away at the sale. The ones that came on the Bellagio tank, we ended up using those. And then there was a few that were, bought for us and donated to us that we have not yet to use. And, if the pool fit filter ever goes down, not if it ever, when it goes down, we got a spare for it. You can't, pray on a dime and hope that, a pump lasts, 50 years, because, you're going to be sadly mistaken when your pump goes out in the middle of winter, you have no heat, and you got to order one through the mail. We had someone that went through it, Mike Durrell. His pump went out 6 months after buying it. He had no reserve on hand, and his filtration suffered from that until he was able to get the new pump in the mail. So,
All right. Bobby Ackerson says, live chats are a waste when only 10% of actual questions get answered. 10% of actual questions get answered because they're flying by us at such a rate that we don't see them. But we see the live super chats, and we can make sure we don't miss any of them. So if you've got something to say, you can do it on a live chat, and all you're doing is helping out the rescue. None of this money, all this money goes to an OFR-based business account, and it stays there. And it's what I have to regulate with the government and do my taxes every at the end of every year. I don't get to spend none of this money. I can't justify I spend it on, I don't know, new pants. I can't buy pants with that because then it's not for the rescue. I can only justify spending this money if it goes to the Ohio Fish Rescue. That's the way that 50C3s work. They're a not-for-profit organization, and there is a bank account tied to it that the government can follow. So any donations, anything goes into that bank account, and then it's regulated by the government, and I only spend what we need for the rescue out of there.
the Faka guy, $10, says, hope all is well. The puffer is constantly eating frozen shrimp and clams. When's the mermaid video coming? Like I said, we just got a message tonight. The mermaid that goes around and performs her shows at all of the zoos, around. She's coming here this week, the day before he's supposed to leave for the Animal Con. And we're going to shoot a good bit of the mermaid video, if not finish it, or do some beforehand and finish it on Thursday. And then it just takes my awesome editing skills. It'll probably take 2 hours, and then the video will be ready to go out. And of course, however long it takes for us to go to the store and buy some damn tortillas.
Well, the whole purpose for waiting on the mermaid video is we had a celebrity coming, and he just keeps putting us off and putting us off and putting us off. Don't want to say his name, but, he was supposed to be here, and we waited and waited and waited. So, there's nothing we can do about it. We're stuck in the situation.
Brittany Ziblis, $10 says, guys, the OFR Teespring merch store is restocked. Go check it out and get your hashtag Team Tracy merch and OFR merch. I know a bunch of you were waiting for the restock.
That took about 5 hours of my life to fix. You know what it was? Teespring upped their prices, and I'm barely making nothing off of these because they're so high priced to begin with. So if a t-shirt's $19, I put it on there for $20, and we make $1 off every shirt. And at least we're getting our products out there, and people are happy that they get to, have our products. I wasn't making much money. Well, now the price of t-shirts went up to 21, and they took down that whole store. I had like 6 different under, subdirectories on the main store. And if something was too high in one of those subdirectories, they took off every product on there. And then it didn't tell me which one is too low. So I had to finally get a hold of them and work through email. Finally got them on a chat, and we went through each and every one, and they showed me which one was low. I was able to reprice them and put them back up. It was a pain, though. It was a pain. And all because they raised their prices behind our back, so then they just cancel our sales. We only had like 5 products that was for sale.
Yeah.
Now there's back to like 80.
So I'm thinking we got to do a new line of merch just for Mr. Brucey.
No, for the baby. OFR baby merch.
Maybe.
We can put some Bruce shirts out there.
Maybe. She's growing way too quick, so all of her, newborn clothes and the majority of her 3-month-old clothes she already can't wear. Like, she's growing too quick.
Yeah.
Brittany always gets mad at me sometimes because, like, she'll always, like, put her clothes back on and stuff, and I'll just, I'll leave her shirt on and leave the bottoms off because you're always changing her diaper and stuff. So I'm like, why am I going to go
your daddy in you.
why am I going to go through the repetitive motion of getting her dressed and then, going through it at every two hours, whatever it is.
All right, we got a few more people saying about the choppiness of the internet. We know people, and it'll only be this weekend. Our internet company got bought out by somebody else, and they're redoing a bunch of work. It's been 2 days of terrible internet for us. We pay for a gigabyte network, and we have 50, 60 megs upload. Right now, tonight, we're only getting 5 to 6 megs upload, so it's really tearing into the live stream. So we're sorry, but we're doing this in lieu of not doing it at all, So, I don't know. Next week, it'll be back normal and better, and, we're sorry. There's nothing we can do.
Hashtag slow rich. There we go. It's starting to trend.
Hooray!
I'm just waiting for Joe to pop in the chat.
If you would come over here and help me sometimes.
I told you that saltwater tank
every day, and you're here for half hour, 20 minutes. You feed the fish and you leave. There's all kinds of things that I can't do myself that I could use your help with.
Yeah, told you that saltwater tank.
You said that you'll come over on Saturdays and help.
And I do.
Yeah. Tomorrow's Saturday, son. How long are you gonna be here?
Coming over on Saturday.